Right, in this video we'll do number 2 on the worksheet, and we'll verify rational root theorem and rule of signs on the problem. So let's do the problem, and we'll find solutions, and we will identify what kind of solutions we have, and then we will check two things applied: rational root theorem and rule of signs. So I'm using both space for number 2, okay? Number 2. Okay. So by using the rational root theorem, and let's find the possible solutions first. So let's start with constant, factors of the constant number 6, and let's use factors of the number 4 leading coefficients, and then we will divide it, okay? So what are the factors of 6? 1 and 6, and 2 and 3. And factors of 4? 1 and 2 and 4, right? Okay, so I'll do division. So if I choose number 1, and I'm going to have possible rational root plus or minus 1 plus or minus 2 plus or minus 3 plus or minus 6, right? All four numbers divided by 1, and I get the same thing. If I choose the denominator for 2, and I'll get 1 half, 2 halves, 3 halves, and 6 halves, right? So I will get 1 halves, 2 halves in reduced form, that is 1, and it is already there, so I don't need to count. Okay, next one, 3 halves. And next one, 6 halves, which is 3. 3 is already there, so I don't need to rewrite it. And third one, let me choose different color. What color? I used, okay, black color. Okay, if I choose 4, and let's divide 1 divided by 4, and 2 divided by 4, which is 1 half, and that is here, so I don't need to rewrite it. 3 quarters, and then 6/4, which is 3 halves. It's there, so I don't need to write it. So I will have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 times 2, 16 different possible solutions, okay? That is a rational root theorem by Descartes, and we can think about only those as possible solutions, okay? So those are the candidates for the solution. And by using the rule of signs, and he had the idea how many positive solutions, negative solutions we will get. So let's use those. So let's start with the f of x. Let me change the color to red again. Let me start with f of x, which is the 4x cubed minus 12x squared plus 5x plus 6 from this problem. And let's check the signs. Plus, minus, plus, plus. That is the sign. How many sign changes occurred here? Once, twice. So I can say 2. This is plus x, so positive. Real roots are possible. Or, and I can go down by 2. So go down by 2, that will be 0, right? So I can say there is no positive solution, okay? Real root. So either way I can say it. And if I go with negative of x, and instead of putting x, and I need to evaluate with negative x, so we will simplify first, okay? So I'm replacing negative x in the place of x, and let's simplify. So we can check how many negative signs are possible for the solutions, negative solutions. So first one, negative of 3 times, that will be negative. And then negative of second time, positive, plus minus will be minus here again, and plus minus is minus, and plus 6. So let's check sign changes. How many changes do we have? Only once. So that means we will have one negative, because I use negative x here in the expression. One negative real root is possible. Okay, so this is the number of the positive negative root from the Descartes sign rule. And now I'm going to verify that. Okay, so in this space, and I'm going to verify that, and we will check. Let me work with the black color. And 4 from degree 3, negative 12 from degree 2, 5 from degree 1, and 6 constant. Which number would you like to start with to find the 0? So let's use all of these numbers, okay? And we have a good feeling about, okay, number 2, and then let's start with the number 2. So bring this down, 4 times 2, 8. Negative 4, multiply, negative 8, and negative 3 is the difference. Multiply, yes, we have 0 on it. So this will be factored, x minus 2, parentheses, this will be a quadratic quotient, so 4x squared minus 4x minus 3 equals to 0. Okay, can we solve quadratic equations? So let's solve quadratic equations. Solve 4x squared minus 4x minus 3. How would you like to do? Would you like to factor? Or would you like to do quadratic formula? Let's go with the quadratic formula. X equals negative of negative, okay, negative b, which is negative 4, plus or minus square root of b squared. B is negative 4 in the parentheses. B squared minus 4. A is 4. C is negative 3. All over 2a. Okay. So let's simplify. Two negatives make positive 4 plus or minus. In the square root, we have negative 4 times negative 4, 16, plus 4 times 4, 16, times 3, 48, okay, plus another 16 together, 64, yeah, what is square root of 64? 8, that's right. So, wow, it will be rational number then. It was possible to factor. Okay, so that is 8. So let's think about two different cases. One with the plus case. 4 plus 8, 12 divided by 8. So one is 4 plus 8 divided by 8, 12 divided by 8. 4 times 3, 4 times 2, right? 3 halves. Or the other case, 4 minus 8 divided by 8. So negative 4 divided by 8, which is negative 1/2, right? So solutions we can find is from the first factor 2, or the second quadratic factor we have 3 halves, or we will have negative 1/2. Right? So we got 3 solutions for this degree 3 equations. And now let's verify. How many positive solutions do we have? 2 positive solutions, checked. How many negative solutions do we have? 1, so checked. Make sense? So we verify how we find the solutions, and then we see the type of the solutions with the rule of signs.